there is some grand interlinking of each other. That can only be true until I pull out a knife. You can say we are the same until I have a knife, because if I stab you, you die. It's not us that dies, it's you that dies. And so there is a biological limitation to the spiritual thought. कि एक point के बाद आके तो, like when you're fighting on the border, there is no space for spiritual thought. That is the enemy. They are firing at you, right? Is that true or not? Like how does that play into your spirituality?
The issue that you have raised is extremely serious. Dharma kshetre, Kurukshetre. You know, the first stanza of the Gita summarizes everything. The field of battle is the field of life. All the philosophy that you want to learn, the greatest truth, the highest truth. You see, come, face it. You see, the Gita says, Na hanyate hanyamane sharire. It does not die with the death of the body. Nenam chandanti shastrani. Nenam dahati pavaka. You know, the weapons cannot cut it, the fire cannot burn it, the wind cannot fly it away. That is the Atman. Do you believe? And if we want to test your belief, come on to the battlefield. We'll see. I've seen shelling. I've been shelled. You know, particularly they were gunning for me, the Pakistani, because I was the commanding officer and I managed to get on top of a plateau when they were shelling that village of Kaksar. And the villagers were running away and they were my porter pony walas. So I ran up on top to stop them. The village was on fire. Shells were bursting all around. Yaks were dying. I saw a guy who hit in the stomach. His intestines had come out. He was holding them back with his hand. There was a woman and her daughter who was in the family way. One bloody shell fragment. This thing she aborted on the spot. Yeah, I am Brahm.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
Because this is the ultimate test. Do I believe? Do I believe? Do I realize? If I am unmoved by the death and dying, because even if I die, so what? I'll come again.
Right.
I'll come again and again and again. So therefore, the ultimate test of your understanding of Brahman. You see, look, this is where Indian philosophy differs from Western philosophy, you know. And Indian philosophy depends upon experiential spirituality. What is experiential spirituality? Unless I have anubhav, anubhuti, darshan, shruti, only then believe. You know, the Buddha said, "O monks, do not believe because I have said so. Do not believe because the wise are saying so. Do not believe because it is written in the books. Experience for yourself and then believe." You see, the experience of Brahman will never be truer than on the battlefield.
No.
Anybody who has been on the battlefield will tell you that the grass was the greenest. The ditch was the ditchness of the ditch
was the ditchiest.
ultimate. Was ultimate. You know, the present was so intense. That is what Zen is about.
Very interesting.
You forget the past, you forget the future, you live intensely in the present. And when you think you're about to die or you are about to die, you'll never be more focused and more intense, your consciousness. You know, how you face that ultimate test of death
That's
is the biggest learning. That is why Dharma Kshetre, Kurukshetre. You know, you can spend lifetimes reading over books and all, you will not learn one bit of life. One instance on the battlefield.
Right.
And you would have realized or not realized. You would have said, my realization is partial.
Well, if you think about it, and I mean, I hadn't even thought that the Gita, the Bhagavad Gita, is exactly at the intersection of the spirit and war as well.
Absolutely.
And it's a lesson in fearlessness, almost on a cosmic scale.
That's right.
And you know, sir, I was reminded in about 2019, I was in Virasat-e Khalsa. Are you aware of the museum? It's a Sikh history museum in Anandpur Sahib.
Very good.
And I was being taken through each room with each guru's history being painted out. And I'm probably going to not remember the name, but there's a specific instance in Sikhi where the Sikhs realized that we need more than just wisdom, we also need the sword. It's a realization that the truth has to be protected with force, otherwise it is prone to its vulnerabilities and enemies. Right? So like, I think the great lesson of Sikhi is also that the sword goes along wisdom, that you cannot be just this tolerant, non-violent actor, because then people will oppress you, because reality is harsher than spiritual idealism. Is that a fair assessment, sir?
It's a very fair assessment. And by the way, my family's deep roots in Sikhism. I'm from the Punjab, and every family was supposed to give one son to the Khalsa to fight to protect Hinduism then, which was being oppressed like never before. You know, the whole world knows about the Jewish Holocaust, 6 million.
Right.
Do you know that between the 10th century and the 17th, 100 million Hindus were slaughtered? Our women were raped. They were carried off to be sold into brothels of Bukhara and Samarkand and Kabul. You know, that's what you've gone through, because you may be non-violent, you may be peaceful, you may be placid, tranquil, but there's a world out there which is not.
Right.
And they have made our lives miserable to the extent that you were said, yaar, unless I pick up the sword and fight, you know, and that is again the spiritual difference. Either I accept it as a coward. You know, if I'm a coward, I'll accept it. And I know, ठीक है यार, ले गए, उठा के मार दिया, I am alive. You have to, you see, the entire emotional evolution is self-transcendence. You know, I have two classes of emotion: self-assertive, self-transcending. Self-assertive class of emotions are greed, lust, and, you know, avarice and gluttony, you know, all this, me, myself. I want more and more and more and more to eat, more to drink, best cars, best this, best that, you know. So those are self-assertive class of emotions. There is another class of emotion called self-transcending. Wonder, awe, courage.
Very interesting.
Courage makes me transcend my narrow ego, myself, my protection, मैं मर जाऊंगा. And there is the guy who says to F you, I'll fight. You know? And you see that in that he has evolved from a limited being to a self-transcending being.
Right.
You know, a dada in a college, he may be 5 feet Foxtrot Alpha,
Right,
you know,
right.
but he goes with his chest, you know, unbuttoned till his belly button.
Right.
And he, you know, the swagger, the expanded.
Right.
Whereas a guy may be, you know, one of the jokes that I'm reminded of is, in my unit, there was one day, there was a new entry of recruits.
Right.
So my Havaldar Major came to me, Saab, he was a wrestler, command wrestler and all. Vakil Singh, मैं क्या हुआ वकील सिंह? ਤੇ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਸਰ ਦੇਖੋ ਸਰ ਕੀ ਮੁੰਡਾ ਆਇਆ ਹੈ वो that boy was 6'3", 6'4". बोले साहब इसको लंगोट पहना के ऐसे ही घुमा दो तो लोग नोट वार देंगे. सच मैसिव गाय, डैम गुड यार. इसको सिखा, रेसलिंग सिखा, बॉक्सिंग सिखा. ये तो हैवी वेट में तो बॉक्सर नहीं मिलते, खासकर भैया डोगरा, so they don't have too many heavy weights.
Right.
You know, so I said इसको सिखाओ and all. So then the inter-company boxing started. So this man, they put him in the boxing ring. So most of the time he just had a walkover because there was no guy in that weight.
Right.
So ultimately the other company, they put up the cook. And that cook was fat slob, huge but fat, and you know, absolutely. So we thought he to maar dalega usko. But when the fight started, that man flayed into him, man. He didn't even know how to box. He was giving those funny one.
Right.
But he slammed into this man. और इतनी बड़ी लाश और ये, और बोले दिल चुएगा. You know, we saw him shrinking.
Right.
I said, what the man? Useless. You know,
That's so interesting.
You know, so what I'm saying is that you have to grow over your fear. You may have a very big body, but if you are still this instrument of fighting,
Right.
this is the best instrument of war. The heart, kaleja, jigra, you know.
I know what you mean,
If there is a guy who is this 5 feet nothing, he can also fight if he self transcends. You know, and all the thing about, you see, like I said, from my ancestors are Baba Paraga, Banda Bahadur, right? Amongst my ancestors are Bhai Matidas, Bhai Satidas. You know what happened to Matidas? He was sawed in half, man. He was sawed to death. Saw means you use that he was clamped up between two boards and he was sawed. And every time they would stop halfway, a few inches down. Will you change your religion? No.
That was a conversion murder.
That was with the Mughals. And they were artists in torture. His younger brother was put into a boiling cauldron and boiled to death. The third brother was wrapped up with cotton wool soaked in oil and burnt to death, flaming torch. People have withstood those tortures.
Right.
You're talking of the collision of the all is consciousness and this.
Right.
Here am I, here is my Shatru. The word Shatru occurs 75 times in the Vedas. Shatru means an evenly matched enemy who is a test. Are you ready? Do you believe? You know,
Right. I understand.
do you believe that even my body gets blasted to little bits? My elder brother was killed by a landmine. He was a captain in the army. In the 65 war, we lost him. He was blasted by an M16 mine. That means his whole bloody body was
Scattered.
pieces of this size. And they collected him all over, cremated him there itself so that we wouldn't see the body, and just came back with a copper urn. So all that you have to face. That is the reality that you have to face. The ultimate test. Because that is, are you ready? Have you evolved enough? Or do you need to come back again to learn this?
वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग ब्रो. अगर ये सुन के आपको मजा आया किसी भी एंड तक, अगर आप यहाँ तक देख रहे हो तो मजा आया ही, ठीक है. अपने आप से बात मत करो फालतू की. एक काम करो, सब्सक्राइब. ट्रस्ट मी.